Good morning, everyone. I would like to call the Monday, July 7, 2025 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order, noting that we do have a quorum. May we please have roll call?
Alex.
Present.
Fred.
Present.
Mario.
Present.
Vicky. Virginia.
Present.
Okay. We are under a consent agenda, so first order of business is approval of the June 16, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Are there any necessary corrections or revisions? Seeing there are none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 16th meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
Alex.
Yes.
Fred.
Yes.
Mario.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Virginia.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Just for those that are presenting this morning, let me just say, with the exception of E.S.G, which we've had documents to review, others, we may have more questions for you than normal because the board packets were just a little bit delayed. So just in case we have additional questions, please note it's not an attempt to railroad you because of the recording, but it's simply we have more questions to be answered. So first item agenda is the engineering department. Bid recommendation, downtown sidewalks for 2025. Speaking Director Mike Graft.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, I'm being recorded on this side. It's my best side.
All right.
All right. So before you had we opened up two different bid proposals. One from CF Building Solutions and the other from Days Excavating for the downtown sidewalks. As you recall, CF Building their bid was $207,519.80, and Days Excavating was $306,693.78. I reached out to both to make sure that they had everything in their bids. Obviously, with a $100,000 difference, it seemed like quite a bit. Unfortunately for Days, they messed up on quantity, which is why they were still about $30,000 more than CNF. But again, their bid is their bid. I just wanted to make sure that CNF didn't miss anything, but it appeared that Dave's Excavating put a number where they shouldn't have put a number. So sorry for that. So my recommendation to the board would be to accept CNF Building Solutions bid for $207,519.80. I'll entertain any questions.
So where it seemed to be one of the errors of miscalculation was in the area of line item number 6 on the itemized proposals, the maintenance of traffic for 1 through 5.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they overestimated the amount of days. And they were a little bit heavier on, when they looked at the waterproofing, there was an error on their part with the waterproofing as well.
Yes. And I noticed that CNF had some of that included.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I was reading that.
Got it.
Any additional questions? Seeing there are no additional questions, I would entertain a motion to accept the bid from CNF.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from CF Building.
I'll second.
Alex.
Yes.
Fred.
Yes.
Mario.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Virginia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. I will send out a notice of award after today's meeting, and then get them scheduled to get the rest of their paperwork that they need to get in for bond and insurance, and then I will send out a notice to proceed.
Thank you, sir. Next on the agenda is Street Department sale of city surplus vehicles. Speaking Superintendent Randy Hiatt.
morning.
Morning.
The paper that I gave you just a few seconds ago has what Ms. Whitney and the city attorney ran through the newspaper to advertise it. The second page is the vehicles and what I know that's wrong with them. The police ones on the bottom, I'm assuming it's because of the damage from a chase or a wreck, but they're not replaceable. Through that process, we obtained 6 bids.
Okay, I'm just looking over something. When was this actually advertised? That language is just a little bit confusing, was it?
On Saturday, June 7th and June 14th.
Okay, Saturday, June 7th and June 14th. Okay. And then it was advertised in the Chronicle?
Yes.
Okay.
The second and third page, there are duplicate pages.
I'm sorry.
Are they duplicate or are they meant to be something different, second and third page?
The second page is, we kind of diagrammed what was wrong with each vehicle to give you a better idea of why it needed to be moved off our lot. The first page is what they ran through the newspaper.
I guess I had 3 and it was exactly the same.
Oh, I may have accidentally done that, sorry.
Okay, I was looking at you. I got 3.
Maybe that's why I couldn't find my copy. I gave it to you.
Well, there you go.
That's why I'm not allowed to use the copy machine.
And you said you have how many bids?
6.
Okay, and we're prepared to open those bids today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Please proceed. And with these bids, were they required to provide any deposit or proof of ability to purchase?
No, sir.
Okay.
And
Were they also required to provide any certifying documents?
the first one I opened up is from Frank Riddle. As you can see on the top page that I gave you this morning, the city wants to sell these as a whole, not individual. This gentleman bid individually on one vehicle.
Okay.
Do you want to know what he bid on?
Yeah, we still need to know what he bid on and what the bid amount was.
He bid $601 on a 1998 GMC 3500.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The second bid this gentleman again bid a $1,200 on a 2003 GMC. I think this gentleman bid individually. Frank Riddle again, he bid $290 on an 06 Jeep green color Cherokee Laredo.
And how much was that?
$290. Same gentleman again bid $1,800 on a 97 Ford bucket truck, F Series. This gentleman again bid $290 on the red Jeep Laredo. And lastly, he bid $500 on the blue pull-behind trailer.
Okay. And read those vehicles off for me once again. The 06 red Jeep Laredo.
Yes. Sir. And then the 2003 GMC 7500.
Okay.
The 97 Ford F-Series, excuse me, bucket truck.
Yes, sir.
The blue pull-behind trailer.
Okay.
The 06 green Jeep.
Okay.
And the 98 GMC 3500.
Okay. So the requirements were originally to bid on all the vehicles as a lump sum and not just individual vehicles.
Yes, sir.
What is the proposal of the city? Again, this bid does not meet that qualification. So what is the proposal of the city for disposal of these vehicles should this not?
We'll have to run it again, to be honest with you, because they need to go.
Yes.
And one of the main reasons they need to go is because I came before you for our new salt barn. Where these vehicles are is where the salt barn's going. So.
Yeah, that's
But they never rebid.
Well, they never did.
Yeah. We originally, speaking with the attorney just now, we originally had two other companies that bid on everything. But when we put it back out there, those two companies did not come back to rebid.
okay. So they originally bid on everything and then it didn't sell.
Correct.
Okay.
Because we hadn't went through the proper steps yet.
I think they just showed interest in it, but
Okay.
it's my opinion that we need to actually
Yes.
give a bid on it, and so we were hoping that they would,
Yes.
just come back to the table. What was the, help the board maybe understand, what was the value that the scrap sort of, what was the total they had?
The M&K was like 23,000, I do believe. And Shroud's towing was like 15,000.
Okay.
I have those original bids, I just did not bring them because they didn't come back for this part of it.
Sure. Anyone else have questions while I'm doing some fuzzy math?
So you're suggesting that we run it in the Chronicle again, if what we're having here isn't what we need?
I agree. And my reasoning for that is getting rid of 6 of the 18 really doesn't do me any good,
Right,
to be honest with you. I mean, it clears 6 spots, but it doesn't clear out what it needs to clear out.
right.
And if you could, for the pleasure of the board, if you could get that scrap value for us as well, because one, I mean, certainly selling these 6 vehicles come way under that scrap value. But two, the bid process was not followed, and we have to be careful of those things when we have bid processes, is that we do honor those processes and follow them carefully. Ms. Gilbert, do you have any idea when we might advertise this again?
The next advertisement date would be, we'd have to have it in the paper by Thursday. We'd have to have it to them by Thursday, and they would run it Saturday.
So about the 10th?
Yes.
About the 12th. And then when would we bring that back before the board again?
It has to be,
The first meeting in August?
yeah.
Would you be required to run it twice?
Yeah, and that's where the timing, that's why we have to move into August, because the timing in between each running and then before the meeting. I think there has to be at least 1 week in between each ad, and then 10 days before the meeting after the last ad.
So my recommendation as chair, since the bid process was not followed, which is a crucial part of the bid process, that we do move to rebid these items out, and that we would then have them advertised on Thursday for the first advertisement, and the second advertisement to follow with preparation of having them for the first board meeting in August.
Excuse me, I'll have them other numbers by then.
Thank you. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Is there any questions? Are there any questions or concerns? If there are no questions and concerns, may I have a motion from one of the board members how to proceed forward with this?
Table. I'll make a motion to
Rebid.
table and process, go through the rebid process. I'll second.
Alex?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Mario?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes.
Again, that's because the process was not followed, and we want to get rid of these vehicles lump sum. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is City of Marion Resolution Number 6-25, appointing disposing agent. Speaking City Attorney Michael Hotz.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So we, as you know, we kind of been going through the process of getting or disposing of a bunch of properties that were acquired through the tax sale in previous administrations. I don't really know where we're at as far as the whole count. I know when Mr. Morrell took office, I think we were probably around 300 or so properties. So in any event, we've been disposing of those through different means, coming through the board here. But we've had some issues just with who signs the sort of purchase agreements, or who signs some of the, if you go to a closing, the deeds, the transaction documents. Really who's been involved in that is Mr. Murphy. He's been our redevelopment director. He's pretty much been kind of negotiating, kind of vetting people out, make sure that these properties don't end back up on what we don't want is to see them transfer to somebody and they sit there and they're not taken care of, or they have some purpose, and then we kind of go back through this whole thing again. So, Mr. Murphy's done a really nice job of trying to ask some pretty targeted questions when people buy these. And so, him just having a familiarity with that, we thought it would be appropriate that we'd still be coming back to the board to sell these. We either advertise them. There's a couple different processes that we were able to go through, but ultimately, Mr. Murphy is kind of you appoint him as the disposing agent. So once you guys approved it, he'd be able to kind of sign the documents and the ancillary sort of things that need to get done to actually convey the property. So, and that's essentially what this resolution says. And you can revoke it at any given time. So if there was something there, we want to go a different direction someday, or I don't think Mr. Murphy's going anywhere anytime soon, but if he did, we'd come back and ask for somebody else if he wanted.
All right. Are there any questions from members of the board? And this process, Mr. Hotz, just so that the board does understand, is there's really nothing that's different that's taken place other than making sure that Mr. Murphy has designated the disposing agent. Before, the process was being done under previous administrations and early in the current administrations through this process, but we want to make sure that the record reflects him as the disposing agent. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. So we, early on, it might have been one of the first things that we probably did before the board was I felt like to update our process. There were some deficient things with not getting appraisals. There were some interesting things about publication. So we just, we kind of went back through, and not saying anything was done wrong, I just didn't feel like it was done the way you understand, when you read some of these state law and municipal law, sometimes there's a little bit of quirkiness to it, right? And so you kind of piece together like a puzzle, and I just felt like it needed an update. And so that's what we did. So nothing's changed as far as that process goes. So feel very confident about how we're going about it, and bring them all before you guys when we find somebody to buy these properties. It's just that we need somebody to be kind of the person to sign the transaction documents. So really it's just kind of you approve it, and he's kind of your agent to go get it done. Yeah.
I'm not speaking for the rest of the board, but certainly for myself, I appreciate the fact that we're finally starting to put pen to paper and making sure this process is well documented. So thank you for the work. All right. Are there additional questions, comments, concerns from members of the board?
I think this would help simplify things.
Sorry?
I think this would help simplify things.
Yeah, from a practical standpoint, when they go to the title company to sign documents, they're asking for it too, like who's your agent of the board of works, right? So we're not been able to point to anything so far. So this is going to kind of clear that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I would entertain a motion regarding resolution 0625.
I'll make a motion to resolve this resolution number 6-2025, Mr. Murphy being the designee.
So we have a motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Questions, comments, concerns? All right.
Alex?
Yes?
Brett?
Yes.
Mario?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is Animal Care and Control Facility renovations. Speaking Jerry Foustnight.
Morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, sir.
We're here today to bring a couple bids that you has received in your packet. A little background, the county awarded us or gave us $500,000, $500,000. $250,000 that was earmarked to use for renovations at Animal Care and Control.
Thank you, sir.
To use that Animal Care and Control. The other $250,000 was to be used for basically over the maintenance over the next 10 years. What we did, or what Brittany did, was we had a discussion and we asked different companies for bids to make the improvements at Animal Care and Control. We actually had 4 individuals that we requested bids from. One of the companies, or 2 of the companies that we requested, they were incomplete on their bidding as far as what we requested and what they could do. One of the company, Building Solutions, basically said they were too busy to take on any more jobs. And then we had another company that all they did was ground work. They didn't do any of the construction part that we needed done. And so that was an incomplete bid. We did receive a bid from 2 companies, Pinnacle and Pelican, for basically the same amount of work that we requested. There's 2 bids. The first bid was for Pinnacle was their bid was $147,800. The next bid was from Caliban, yes, and it was for $281,346.23. Well, if you look at those differences, that is $133,546.23 difference. Being in the position I'm in, I do a lot of inspections for both companies. I'm out here in the field on a regular basis, seeing the quality of work and what they can do. And I feel that basically either company that we have that bidded the project, they're both capable of doing what we want, and I believe it would be done satisfactorily as far as how we want to move forward. So after having conversations with Brittany, which is the manager out at Animal Care Control, we felt that the best thing for us to do would to award this project to Pinnacle, and then that would leave, like I said, $133,546.23 to use for additional things that we would like to do out of Animal Care Control. I would entertain any questions that you would have concerning this project. Again, this money is not money out of the city of Marion budget or anything. It's money that was awarded to us or given to us from the county to use for these conditions.
So, Mr. Foustnight, as I understand it, these two bids, and it's really kind of hard to tell because of the way that the bids are constructed. It's difficult to tell if they are apples to apples comparison. But based on the overall cost and overall expense, are you saying that as you review Pinnacle, you're confident that they can accomplish all of the work that needs to be done?
The only thing that they basically was different is we have a box or the back of a semi-trailer that we use for storage out there. We need to move it, put concrete in that place. Pinnacle said they would not move it, but we have someone that said they would move it free of charge for us. So that offset that difference. And if you go back through and compare one item to the other, you'll see there's quite a difference in an example is we have a shed out there that needs tore down, and the one estimate to tear it down was $4,142, and the other company was $1,800. So that's a big difference for doing the same amount of work, and the quality will be there. This work will be like any other work within the city. We will make sure that we inspect it, make sure that it meets the guidelines, make sure that it's within code. And like I stated before, we've dealt with both of these companies on numerous occasions, and both are very good companies.
So is Pinnacle's bid $147,800?
Yes.
Okay.
Board members, any questions?
You mentioned there will be some additional savings between the two bids. Do you have any idea of things that you want to do? You said some additional things to do with the savings.
We would like to repave the parking lot out there that needs, it's got holes in it and stuff. We'd like to get that repaved. We would like to take and on the west or the east side of the building, we would like to maybe make an additional fenced-in area for the animals so they can go out and have a bigger area to be in. So there's different things we'd like to do, and there's always things within the facility that we would like to change. The area where I guess you'd call where the individuals sit when people come in, that needs to be basically redone eventually. So there's things that we would like to do with that money, and with the savings from the one company to the other, that would allow us to do a lot of additional things out there.
And where did you say the money's coming from?
It came from Grant County. The mayor, through the mayor's initiative and everything, they awarded us or gave us out of their basic COVID money, they gave us $500,000.
Nice.
Are there additional questions, concerns? So the recommendation from Mr. Polsley is to accept the bid from Pinnacle Construction. Are there any, does the board members have any challenges or concerns about that bid? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Pinnacle Contracting for the repairs. Second.
Any necessary discussion, concerns?
Alex?
Yes?
Fred?
Yes.
Marion?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And once we get this completed, I would ask each one of you to come out, look at it, and see the improvements it's made.
I certainly look forward to that.
I think you'll be amazed at what's going to, the changes we're going to have.
I look forward to it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is E.S.G. follow-up. Speaking Jacob Polsley. So the nature of this was that earlier in the year, there was a RFQ sent out, and for looking at the building systems and challenges with the building, renovation needs and such. Since that time, at that time that this went out, this board met and did approve the Energy System Group to be able to go into contract with the city, if the city so chose to do so, to move forward with examining and making recommendations for the building. The reason why I was a little bit confused by this is because, as during the last meeting when this came up, was because we did approve for the city to be able to enter into the contract with E.S.G. And I don't know what's transpired since then, but a lot of the work that was being looked at, the system automation controls, the board knows that we've made some decisions to renovate restrooms, system automation controls. Again, this animal control and care facility has been approved for renovation. So I was really kind of confused about what it is that we are to be doing moving forward. So, Mr. Polsley, I guess for the record, I wanted to make sure. So, what is your expectation of the board for action to be? Because we've already approved it, so I'm not sure what your expectation of the board is. Because we can't make the city sign a contract to move forward. That's why I was a little bit confused.
Okay, so I think the original approval was for our BCA, which is the engineering study, business case analysis, which we did perform. And we did that at no cost to the city. Okay, so we started on that. I think we signed a letter of authorization on August 22nd. And then we performed that study with my lead engineer and our other engineers for about 4 months. So that's when the mayor asked us to go out to advertisement and asked for the approval to go out to advertisement of the RFQ, which was sent out and advertised on January 7th. And then we responded, so you have the submission that we responded to on February 17th. I think actually we sent it in a couple days early. So now what we're asking for is our selection. By law, we have to be selected, and then the mayor, we're not asking, the mayor will tell us what to do from there. So we looked at every single building the mayor asked us to inside that BCA report over 4 months. So 5 fire stations, transportation, all city hall, police, animal control, so everything. So there's 25 years of deferred maintenance. So even what we're talking about here today on animal control, there's a lot left to do in that building. And we know that building inside and out, as we do this 80,000 square foot building, built in 1980. We know everything. So anything left over that is his kind of top priority, he's going to focus us in on a few scopes, and then that's what we're going to develop, fully bid out, and ultimately build. So we're just asking for a selection as the city's performance contractor from the documents that you have there. And by law, you've done everything correctly, and you can make a selection. I'm not asking for any money, right? I'm asking for a selection. Then I go back to the mayor. He says, okay, I want you to tackle these 5 scopes. It may be in one building or maybe in a few. And then we don't bring in, we're a little bit different. We don't bring in contractors and say, here are our problems, can you give us a price? We fully professionally engineer. Greg is a professional engineer. We have 81 engineers. We're going to design it fully to make sure it's the best benefit of the goals that the mayor sent out for us to tackle. Then we're going to bring the contractors in, and we're going to tell them exactly what to bid based on our plans. So it's reverse of kind of what's happening, and we're at risk. So our experience is kind of what you're selecting, and then we can do this as many times as you like for future phases, now that you've accomplished everything the law has asked you to accomplish. So we're asking for a selection, an approval to select E.S.G as the performance contractor partner of the city, which is no cost yet. Then I go back to the administration. Ronnie will tell me, okay, now, because it's been a while, I've been working for you guys since August, looking at things, pricing things, doing some engineering design just to help the city. So now he'll tell me, here's a phase 1 project. I want you to finish it off with design, go out, get the contractors list, and now he has control of his contractors list. Public bid laws don't apply to those contractors, so the city can now pick their contractors. I'll bring them in, I'll show them Greg's design, we'll make sure that they know everything that we're trying to accomplish. The design is going to be very, very good from a professional engineer, like I said, and then we'll bid it like everything else. We'll start local. If we have some gaps on a scope that the mayor picks and there's nobody local performing that, then we'll bring somebody as close as we possibly can. We'll collect those bids, compile those bids, and then we'll submit those to the mayor. And if everything's good and he likes it, along with the construction schedule, then we'll ask for an approval of an actual contract at that time.
So what if the mayor decides that he says, I prefer not to use E.S.G services?
at the time that we present the final, he doesn't have to. Yeah, you don't have an obligation to do that. So everything I've done, first and foremost, for my love of the city, being born and raised here, being a 1995 Marion Giant grad. So I would not have gone this far with any other city. We've tripled our engineering hours in that study. So he has the absolute right. And what I promised him from the beginning is that you have no obligation, even if you select me as the partner, you have no obligation to use me. I want to design and build something for you wholeheartedly. I think I've proven that, hopefully. But there's no obligation until you sign a construction contract, just like you do with anyone else. So once I give a price, you can still say no.
So then, Ms. Gilbert, I think it's important that the record reflect, because I don't think it's the privilege of this board to pigeonhole the mayor's decision about contracts, but what I think is important is that we capture the essence is that, and I want to be very clear about the language. The city of Marion, E.S.G has been approved for the city of Marion to enter into an agreement, not as the partner, right? So if we move this forward, it's just been approved that the city of Marion may enter into an agreement with E.S.G and not a shall. I think we just need to be very careful about those legal terms.
Yes.
And so, because you to your point, and I appreciate all the work you've done, it's kind of backwards, right? It's a little, you put a lot of effort in this up front with the hopes of getting the contract. And I'm just a little concerned that a lot of this has already been done. So I don't want to, I don't want to go back and tell the mayor, hey, because this agreement, you have to go back and use us and allow us to fix these things. So that's where I would say, because we did approve that this would be done, that the mayor did request an RFQ. So, then what I would entertain is a motion that says the city of Marion may use ESG, all right, for performance-based services.
I have a question.
Yes.
Has the city ever used a company, entered into this type of contract?
It would not be a contract, it would just be an opportunity for the city to enter into a contract, and not that I have knowledge of. A lot of places do it. The institution where I'm employed does it. We enter into these and we have these groups come out and they take a look and say, here are where you can make efficiencies. Here are some of the things that you can do to better your building. And we can choose to do it or not, right? But when we typically do it, it's a contract that says, they have exclusive rights to this. I want to be very careful about that. That's why I want to say the city may. I mean, this group, ESG has been the only ones that have gone through this process. So if anyone else would want to go through the process, they would have to go through the process as well, but ESG would. Yes.
So in the RFQ,
yes.
The RFQ is every T crossed, every I dotted by the state. Yeah. So that's what you did.
Yeah.
So in the RFQ, making a selection is not an obligation to use me. Making a selection means I am a partner that anytime the mayor calls on me, even if he, let's say I put together a package now and he says it's not the best fit.
Yeah.
He can call on me next year. You don't have to advertise again. And I can do it all over again and build another package for him, price it up, give you a contract. And he says yes on that one, you still don't have to advertise again because you've approved me. So approving me does not obligate you at any cost. I'm not asking for anything. But I will say this. We are the only one that submitted.
Yeah.
The entire public, you have the right to submit, and you advertise to the entire public twice.
Yes.
We're the only one that took advantage of your graciousness to advertise with our interest in helping the city. Yeah. So other people had the opportunity to. Yeah.
I'm just trying to simplify that for those that have not been through these processes before. And we have several new board members, so. Okay. So again, I would entertain a motion that we made, City of Marion may enter an agreement with Energy Systems Group as the performance-based services. Is there a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion that the City of Marion may use Energy Systems Group. I'll say.
There's a motion and a second. Any additional concerns, questions? Right?
Alex?
Yes?
Fred?
Yes.
Mario?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
All right. Next item on the agenda, number 8, public comment. Nothing? All right. The one thing I would say to the board members, if you have not already, you probably will receive an email from the State Board of Accounts asking you to review and make sure that if there's any processes or things that you have questions, you can submit those questions to them. If you think that there's been any unethical practices, you may submit those to them for review. That is a legitimate request. We get those typically after or before State Board of Review. So just know that if you receive that, it is a legitimate email and you may respond if you are so inclined. Other than that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn. I'll second that.
Motion second, we are adjourned.
Mr. Graft, do you have a second, sir? For you. Who controls the recording?
That's okay. Danny, we'll make sure we get that turned off.
Just quickly, if you guys didn't see the notice, the mayor is having an information session